Attention gamers, my name is Rav and I am a hardstuck player.
Hi,
Rav.
You suck, Rav.
Now can anyone guess why I am here today?
You don't farm well?
You take bad fights?
You don't know what meta means.
I literally have never seen you ward.
Guys, do you think people would watch one of my games where I went 2-7 on Janna if I titled the video, WTF I actually got arrested IRL for using this build, OMG jail sucks.
Obviously the actual reason I am here is because I like to do damage and I have made the mistake of thinking Riot rewards squishy champions like ADCs with the most damage, but the proverb known as 200 years dictates that a set building 4 freaking Warmog's armors actually does more. But anyways, my clearly misguided desire to do damage has brought me to the harvest that is dark, the cherry popping make your enemies glow like icy hot commercials rune to rule them all, and my thought process is this. Other runes may do damage too, but not exactly when you need it. These runes are like sugaring up your kid for his first round slap on the piñata when it's still too healthy, just a waste. Dark Harvest on the other hand is like depriving little Tommy from sunlight for 3 days and then injecting a stallion's dose of hormones straight into his ass when the thing is weak, so there's no question his swing will knock it dead. So in this video I decided to finally give the people what they want and play this reformed hibachi chef but with a twist by rocking said piñata popping rune, and the results were pretty good. So if you are new to this igloo and unknowingly just committed yourself to 8 minutes of watching me drop axes, waste flashes and spank asses, then slap that upward thumb button silly and subscribe for more. Okay, so the first game resulted in such a sloppy stomp fest due to the fact that the enemy bot lane forgot to pay their brain bill last month, and I feel like I could make a freaking phase rush Yumi look OP if I got this far ahead, so please enjoy the bird's eye view time lapse of some free bot lane butt play as I explain the runes I ran in this video. Obviously I ran Dark Harvest because Draven gets extra cash monies when he is the one who pops the piñata, and then Taste of Blood to make juggling more sustainable, and Eyeball Collection because I just figured T1 is into weird shit like that. Ultimate Hunter lets the spin to win wheels come out more often than Triumph works well with the douchey overly aggressive play style that all Dravens have, and finally Coup De Grace to again ensure that you will pop the piñata when the time is right. Combine all that with a support that lands hooks and you may just get an enemy team wondering how their bot lane can die 10 times in the first 15 minutes of a game. So I queued up for a second to see if I am just a natural at juggling sharp objects, and this one starts off with my walking submarine aggressively asking the teeny weeny wizard to introduce him to her tower, so I follow up by coup de gracing her tiny anus to collect my first light beam paycheck. Then we get back to lane and I tell my support to stop wasting time watching me murder these tiny midget employees and grab me some pixie shit so I can show him what a Lulu's face looks like after you bounce 3 consecutive axes off of it, and after seeing his reaction, I would say he found it pretty funny. And at this point things are going well for me, so naturally my jungler decides to try his best and change that, showing just how blind he is by getting greedy around an Ashe with flash, which results in him dying a dumb death, me whacking Wanda once again and my sped ass deciding to flash into danger to grab some Ashe before the turret launches a freaking mid-size SUV my way to drive me back to Fountain. But we get back to lane and I see little Miss Pixie shit playing 3 screens behind her ADC out of pure PTSD, and when my support sees a nice Ashe he will flash to grab it, or try to at least, but he whips out the 200 years point and click back up and keeps her stunned for 6 months straight for me to nab the kill. But 3 Weenie Hut Juniors try to end his career, forcing him to trophy before retreating back to safety until some frozen scorpion comes flying in tail fully erect all horned up for the ass of Anchor Andy, and apparently 3 turret shots 2 rounds of my ult and an auto aren't enough to turn the color off on his screen as I pace nervously around because bushes with giant stone gargoyles in them isn't where Draven shines. But then I remember these yellow things that are always loitering in my bags actually do something, so I run in to see the idiot trying to call an Uber back to base, so I hit him with the chase, which results in him tying me up and dragging me around for a bit until I get bored and murder his ass instead. Then I am just back to one of my favorite pastimes, whipping giant axes at unsuspecting midgets when my support makes his way upriver for a surprise date with Legolas's wife, and I have played enough League to know that a Nautilus needs no help 1v1ing an ADC, but I come in and blow all of my abilities anyway to steal the spotlight before coming back to lane and letting some of these hoodlums know they don't deserve my last hits as the Pyramid Protector hooks Wanda and she asks me how I plan on catching axes when I am a fucking platypus, which throws a screw in our premeditated murder plans and results in some giant purple scarab dragging me around in the danger zone. But I am now 8 and 2 stomping around like the big man on campus, so I call up the river and tell him that my second ward is sick and will be staying home with me, which obviously results in me eating a giant bedazzled arrow, being turned into an autistic penguin and forced to drop my summoners faster than all Yasuo mains mothers drop their panties in some gas station bathroom with their cousin. Anyways, I play a quick round of Yo-Yo Shank the Pixie Skank and Gary Gargoyle comes ground pounding into battle, and I keep dropping my axes in other random zip codes and having to run around like a maniac to pick them up, which results in the stone wingbat getting away, leaving me in a 1v1 with Sir Scorps a lot. But the 200 years proverb again dictates that thou who tanks shall also spank, and I get the stinger. We are then just casually group vandalizing this statue, which prompts another one to walk up, but Anchor Andy is on his prediction game like a goddamn fortune teller, and then Lee kicks that Wumbo Wing Pinata over to Rav Daddy to do the popping. Oh wait, have you heard the one about the dumbass ADC that was mispositioned all alone with no vision? Turns out he got kidnapped by a giant bug, pulled into a bush and gang banged by some midget wizard and an oddly shaped statue of a giant chicken. Then a big team fight is about to break out around that wyvern ring, and I am confused as to why Lee's ult just went on cooldown as if he felt like roundhousing Gromp or some shit, but it works out when he hits a dash into some ash, as their team stays focused on that dragon cache, but Lee comes back with a flash as Liz hits them with a frozen splash, but they both get taunted, stomped and bashed, leaving your boy Mr. Silver Elo Tyler one juggernaut juggling blueberry hibachi chef to come in and pop all kinds of pinatas until it's just the giant Kopka's played bear wearing lightsaber nipple tassels on his back. So I chase to complete the dank ace, and with the power of a darky stack and Coup De Grace, I send this officer back to base. One last fight breaks out in the forest, so I let them know I am on my way by yo-yoing a set of ween whackers to make the announcer lady shine the spotlight on me. We start chasing the others, but that little pixie shit sticks some purple in my mouth to slow me down, so I leave her be and opt to laugh at how my auto attack on Galio kills Ashe from 30% health, and then I quietly take advantage of the fact that these morons aren't focusing the 16 kill juggling jag off that's rapid fire bouncing axes off their asses until I have a quadra, which prompts those pussies to hit a quick FF and deprive me of my hook clickbait clip for this video. But that concludes my first attempt at playing the hibachi chef, and I have to say the pinata popping rune page really puts the execute in the glorious executioner, and leaves me wondering why I rarely see Dravens in my games anymore. That said, let me know what you want to see next, and don't forget to check out my second channel with Heisman, where we are starting to learn how to play together, aka I feed my ass off and he carries, but we do it with a new off-meta bot lane comp every day, so cash me outside there. Also, huge thanks to my supports on Patreon who have been making up for the fact that YouTube has deemed twinkle shit a word not worthy of monetizing, so I am working to potentially host a Patreon tourney with a stream in the coming months as an event to thank you for your support. Pet your dog, jerk your ween down, vote a Professor Akali video, and brush your teeth tonight. Rav out.